Hi there, this is Taka giving some feedback for the Game Changer Academy. So, the first question was, what was your situation, body and emotional wise, that made you decide you want to transform? I was tired of being bloated and having digestive issues and obsessing about how to make my meals low in fiber. And after the initial weight loss that happens when you transition to a vegan diet, I had plateaued and stayed the same. And no amount of calorie restriction or varying my whole food plant based meals helped me get leaner or more toned. I had also been going to the gym regularly, and this is something I started when I started. When I went vegan about 3 years ago, and but I never had ever had an experience of personal trainer. So I made the decision to join Game Changer so that I could get personalized support to really optimize my workouts as well as improve my nutrition and digestive health. In terms of the second question, which is what was your biggest fear when working with online coaches? Well, being in Japan, a culture that's very different from the West in general, and there's very little info when it comes to societal understanding about veganism. It's really not hip here. And so I was worried whether I could really adopt and implement the suggestions made by my coaches, who I knew were based in Europe, especially with regards to the kind of suggestions or what they would tell me to do in terms of the meal plan. And I was worried I wouldn't be able to get those grocery items. I was also really worried about the time difference, getting in the way of communication, and getting full value of the investment I was making because of the time lag. In terms of the third question, which was how did I find Fritz? How did I find Game Changer? Instagram. I use Instagram in order to find inspiration regarding vegan fitness and nutrition. And so, Fritz, you showed up on my feed a few years ago. And I started following you and listening to your podcast last year. And that's when I finally decided to take the leap. The fourth question is why did you decide to join our coaching program? Well, I had already started implementing the advice you provided on social media and through your podcast since November of 2019. And I found your advice incredibly helpful, and I saw that it was helping me improve my body. Um, However, I knew that I could only go so far without a proper trainer, someone who was more experienced on this journey than I was. So, I also wasn't really sure if I was really going on the right track or not. Um, so, since I was already putting in all the work, I knew that having a trainer would only enhance and accelerate my progress. So, joining your program was therefore the next logical step. The fifth question was, what did you learn in the program? Well, I learned a lot. But first and foremost, I learned the value and the importance of having a personal trainer. There's an optimal way of being vegan and a not so optimal way. And do you want to optimize your performance and enhance your life? Then getting a coach is the way to go. That has been my greatest lesson. Second, the importance of trusting the process, of leaning in and trusting that my coaches know what they're doing and that by implementing their suggestions, I will reach my goals. Um, I had a tendency to overthink everything, but that has reduced considerably through the support I've received in the program. Third, I learned that when it comes to body recomposition, it's really important to have a personalized macro framework to work around, and how important not just protein but actually fat intake and that balance is. So those were some of the things I learned. The sixth question is, how did your body and mindset change? Raw numbers wise, I reached my goals of reaching a lower body fat percentage, losing a small bit of weight, um, and but really, I significantly improved my digestion, not suffering with bloating any longer, feeling more toned, starting to see real muscular growth. Um, Especially around my abs for the first time. And I still have a long way to go. But this is huge for me as I've never had confidence in my physique. Having been strict with adhering to a whole foods plant based diet before this program, I had developed a strange mindset around restricting calories, and in particular, my fat intake, where I used virtually zero oil or nut and seed butters in my food. I learned how important fats are, though, and that it's all about balance when it comes to a vegan diet. Too many veggies and fruits only gets you overdosing on fiber without white carbs to balance it out, and it's a recipe for disaster when it comes to digestion. So, learning how to balance out my diet has been a big takeaway as well. Mindset wise, something I really learned was not being afraid of the scale. I never owned a scale before this program, and actually, I purchased one just for it. And I never experienced weighing myself daily. The number on the scale has been a fear of mine since I started dieting very, very young, I think the fourth grade. So I learned that the scale, through this program though, I learned that the scale does not measure my worth as a human being. And I no longer attach so much significance to the number displayed, as I know that the numbers are only one aspect of a much bigger picture when it comes to body recomposition. So, overall, that's a short feedback for the program, which I'm really happy about. Um, Thank you.